cannot hear you.
Test one, two, test one, two, test one, two. We are live. And welcome to wait. Today we have something special. I have a special guest. Special guest, are you ready? Special guest, we are about to transition onto the special guest. Let me get the thing right here. Hold that special guest. Make sure you are off mute. Here we go.
Am I on?
You're on.
Good evening, everyone. I am the Incredible Hulk, and welcome to my world. Drop a bomb on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. It was a little off. This is the Incredible Triple.
Incredible Hulk has taken over. Hold on, let me get the messages. Thank you so much, Miss Sunshine, for putting your message here because now I get to fix this real quick. Okay, I get to fix this real quick right here for the messages to come in. Yeah. I just needed the first one, so thank you for doing that. And we're going to have the messages over here, populate over here. Let's see. Bam. And then this one, Miss Sunshine. There we go. Bam. Give it up for our first comment. Excellent. You have helped us out immensely. All right.
Yes,
good evening. Today's show. Well, I have nothing to say. Go ahead, Hulk. Take
All right,
over.
let me make sure. The levels. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you okay.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Okay. Hey, everybody. We're going to just talk about this vacation that we took on the Virgin Voyages cruise. Oh, I thought I was going to get the cheers for that one.
That's not what we rehearsed. I should say, ladies and gentlemen, I was trying to produce The Incredible Hulk. And you know what he said to me after all the hard work, directorial labor that I put in there, the cinematography, the graphics, all that. He said, do not tell me how to run my show.
Don't tell me. My name is on the marquee in here today.
I guess. Okay. Go ahead, speak. These people want to hear you.
In speech in theater.
Okay. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. You know, I hope you have your libations. I got into the refrigerator and have me a nice glass of, what is
water?
This?
Water.
Nuvo.
You did not grab the Nuvo.
Yes, I did.
Oh, God. Don't not. And I'm up here with a glass of ice cold water because I'm sweating. When are you going to install my AC?
The AC, I'm going to take care of it tomorrow. I just wanted to, get acclimated back with this New York lifestyle from this amazing vacation. So I think I fully, got back into the groove of this life.
Do you feel like I would say that for me, the vacation wore off officially yesterday. Do you feel like the vacation is wore off you?
Yeah, it wore off the day we got back.
Oh,
to be completely honest, I went right to work. I had to go, touch up
make
and
the
make
money.
sure the money was still good.
Make the money so we can go on another vacation. Okay, so
exactly.
I want to hear your experience because this is the first time that A, you were on a cruise. Yes. B, you were going to be meeting with folks from the internet. C, you were on a boat that was spearheaded by a drag queen in full garb, regalia, in full regalia. And so I would like to pick your brain and hear, what you thought of the whole thing. So, take it away.
Okay. So I would say from the beginning, I was a little nervous. I'm not going to lie, because it was the first ship that I was going to be on, and it was going to be with strangers from YouTube. And you know how YouTube can get. So I was apprehensive at first. The drive down to Miami was okay. I feel like I can do
as the driver or as the passenger.
Well, as the driver with the passenger that I had, it was horrible. But if I had a passenger that knew how to just be a passenger and not drive the car from the passenger side, it would have been a little easier.
Okay.
A lot more relaxing.
Fine. Okay.
Instead of the craziness.
Listen, if I don't feel safe, I don't feel safe.
It's not that it wasn't safe. It was that it was like you made it Final Destination when it was like a SpongeBob movie. So
I'm a nervous passenger. What can I tell you?
yeah, I realized that maybe, just maybe, we need to give you like a sleeping pill so you could just go in the back seat and let me do my thing.
Oh, you're gonna drug me and then take me on trips?
Drug you and then drag you to Virgin.
All right, so we got down there.
We got down there. Checking
What did you
in
think of
was
the
easy.
lounge?
At first, wait,
Wait.
when we first,
Let's rewind. What did you think of the check-in? Well, go ahead. Let me. I'm sorry. I'm going on mute.
yeah, thank you. Don't run my show. Okay. It was fun for me. The check-in, actually, when we first got to the parking lot, easy. We got a parking spot, the first level right there. So we literally just got out the car and walked maybe for 2 minutes. And then I saw that crazy line and I was like, oh no, do we have to stay in that line? Because I was about to be, this is crazy.
Can I, man?
Yeah, of course. Interject, my love.
Okay. I just want to say, let's backtrack to the airport because your husband, Juanqui Pro, okay, has set us all up to the point where how fast was it from curb to the other side of TSA in total?
Oh my God, probably like 5 minutes. Not
Thanks to
even.
who?
I think thanks to me.
Excuse me? No. Thanks
is
to
my
me.
show.
I got you clear. And not only did I get you clear, when we went to London last year, I learned that Clear has this thing called the e-gates. And so
Yes.
we did take some time. And when we say some time, it literally was like 2 minutes when we were going to London because we needed to verify an extra layer of security and protection to let the government know that Incredible Hulk and Juanqui Pro are safe travelers. Okay? And no need to be all up in my carry-on, all up in my socks, all up in my laptop, and my phone, my shoelaces, my belt. None of that. So, let me see. I want you to explain what the Clear e-gates are. And if you don't do a good job, I'm going to jump in and make it and give it justice. So go ahead.
I got it. So the Clear e-gates, we walk up to the lady at the beginning of the line. She says, clear. I say, yes. And she says, this way. We walk up. Our face looks at a screen. Everything opens. We scan our stuff on the conveyor belt and we're through.
No need to see a TSA agent for the little...
What's TSA?
Right, I haven't been through a TSA agent, so no need to even go to the Clear pot. You know the pot where you go look at and
everything.
We bypass everything and go to the e-gates. When you go in there, did we need to take our boarding passes out?
No, we
Nope.
didn't have to do anything. We just looked straight ahead at the screen.
The face was the
and they let us
ticket,
through.
and the face was the validation, and the security was in my face. And I looked at it, and the little glass doors open, and then next thing you know,
we
go
put
ahead.
our bags on the security belt, the conveyor belt, and we walked straight through. And you saw the TSA agent, I guess, that was standing on the outside of the scanner. Mm-hmm. And she was like, just keep walking. Don't stop. Don't stop. And then the person behind you stopped. And she was like, and you going to stop after I said don't stop? Just keep going. But no, it was easy. That
You're welcome.
was easy.
That is a perk I have thanks to our American Express Platinum cards. And I went the extra mile and went ahead and enrolled us in the e-gates so that we don't have to go through any of that. So continue.
Listen, it made life a lot easier. And of course, we fly, first class, business class. We were chilling on a plane. That was seamless. I was good. The food was good because we pre-picked our meals, and then we had the sparkling wine the whole way, and we were getting lit the entire time on that plane. Then we got to Florida. Oh, what was that?
What?
What was that? I saw you reaching.
Nothing. Go ahead.
No, then we got to Florida. Then we went to Epcot, and we were eating everything and drinking. I feel like the party started that morning before the car picked us up at the house, and it did not stop until we got dropped off back at the house.
You know, I feel because for me, vacations should start the moment that you like the day. It should start in your home as you're getting ready. You're getting in mentally. You are the airport experience. Let me tell you, we have not had a typical airport experience in I cannot tell you how many years now. Like it's always we go and the lounge is an experience. The drinking, the food, just enjoy nice cool spaces, not necessarily nice, cool travelers, fellow travelers, but the spaces, as long as I'm with you, it don't matter. The rest of the world can just go to hell. But, I think it starts with that. Now, okay, fast forward. We are at the check-in process ooh, I was going to dare say Carnival. Oh, not Carnival.
Don't put that juju on us.
There was a Carnival boat next to us. That's why I'm visualizing. But we went through the Rockstar Quarters check-in. Go ahead.
Yeah, so when we got there, the line was minimal. We walked right up, right, to the check-in agent, and they saw we were rock stars, gave us our bracelets, and we were through and went right to the,
Through a security, similar like TSA, the scanner.
I wouldn't even say that. I thought it would be more difficult to get on a boat the way it was described online, like they were going to search us and pat
More
us
invasive.
down. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a little bit extra like that, but it was actually easy and simple. And I was excited, nervously excited. I did not know what to expect. So when we got through security, we got to the lounge area and and they were like, "Oh, are you Rockstar? Okay, right this way." And then she just told us the areas in which we can roam around, and then we went to the other side and we saw the boat. And
now I'm gonna shout you out right now because this just speaks to the level of spoiledness. My husband, the Incredible Hulk, swears up and down that he heard the lady, the nice little old lady who welcomes you as you get out of the elevator doors from security, tell him that there was wine and champagne in the lounge. And I'm like, no, baby. There's no alcohol until you get on the boat. And here goes Hulk stomping away looking for, and I'm like, the best you can get is this infused water. They loved them some oranges in water. Okay,
that's different, right?
Orange infused water, and they had maybe some soft drinks and some like chips and pretzels. Ain't no way they had no damn champagne. Drop a bomb on that. AR Stringer in the chat says hello to the couple. Well, hello, AR Stringer. Hello, AR Stringer. Side note, I think there might be something going on with your account because my husband, the Incredible Hulk, could not see your comments yesterday either. And I know he does not have you blocked. And I don't know why you will have him blocked. And he's not a content creator. So there may be something to you not seeing Miss View, she not seeing you, we not seeing. I can see you, but Hulk could not see you. And I can't even say that I can see you because I go through a system that will show you anyway. Just a FYI. Go ahead, Hulk.
Now he's on the standard version, not the vertical.
He's on the standard, not the vertical?
Yeah, so that's why I can see him on the standard stream, but not the vertical stream.
Interesting. Okay, so there may be something. There may be a glitch on YouTube side. Okay.
I'm telling you, the lady said there was champagne.
There was no champagne. She could not have told you that because there was no champagne in the damn lounge.
I was heat seeking. I swear I was scanning. The whole time I said, I know this lady said we got some champagne over here.
No.
So I wanted the champagne, but we only had to wait there for maybe, an extra 20 minutes before we were allowed to board. And then from where we were, we can see the standard passengers on the other side where they were all, how do I say this? Where they were all
lining
standing.
up. Yeah, lining up.
There you go. So it was interesting to see how many people, because on the Rockstar side, it was more laid back and chill. But
well, it was less. It's less cabins. It's less cabins, so it's less people. It's less people. Period. That's what it is. It's just less people.
Yeah. So then when they opened up the red rope to let us through, then they let everybody else come behind us, and we got onto the boat, and the ladies were cheering and dancing, and the music was going. I was like, "Yo, this is crazy for it to be a boat." and look the way it look on the inside. You can't really tell that you're on a ship when you get through those doors. Did you feel like that?
Well, I've been on ships before. Drop a
So I
bomb on
guess
that.
I'm the new.
Drop a bomb on that. And no, it ain't the boat that got me from Dominican Republic to Puerto Rico to America. No. So I kill your joke, AR Stringer. I killed your joke already. But no, they do welcome you in with lots of energy. The DJ is playing, and the music is like good music.
And I did like how they have certain areas for music. So the main lobby had the hip hop music, but then they whisked us into the rock star. What was it? The Sip Lounge.
The Sip Lounge, yes.
And there they had the calm classical music where we were led.
And
to
that's where you got your glass of champagne, of
immediately.
Moet.
Got that Moet. Sat down. Was introduced to.
We didn't sit down. See,
We didn't sit down the first time.
No, we they put us in that room, and I said, "Grab your champagne and let's go to the room to drop these bags."
Yes, we did. Okay, my bet. Listen, I was lit the whole trip, so you're gonna have to fill in the holes here.
Oh, so so are you asking the standby to come stand in today? To stand
Yes.
by today?
You do
Are
that.
you having an emergency that you cannot fulfill the obligation of the show tonight? Do the standby.
Obligations of the show is
You're about to go on in 5 minutes. 5 minutes? Okay, let me get. Do I need to go on for you?
yes, I'll let you go on.
Okay, let's go ahead, switch the screen right now. Welcome back to Juanqui's show. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Woo! Oh my gosh, my goodness. Let's go back to Hulk.
Listen, I'm new to this. Okay,
I don't need you to be new to this. I need you to be true to this.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Okay.
Wow.
Be yourself. Everybody else is already taken. You know who said that?
No, tell
Winston Churchill.
Okay. Shout out.
Our stringer says, Virgin sounds fun. I am thinking about looking into doing a cruise in the future. And you should definitely do Virgin. And if you need a first mate, you know that Mother Treasure Lane of Treasure Travels can hook you up. And he'll give you some onboard credit for you to use and abuse. Okay, baby. Let me run this show for you. So we went into the room. As we were walking into the cabin, what were your initial thoughts?
My initial thoughts were how tall is the ceiling and if I can fit in the shower and the bathroom.
Okay.
But it blew me away the amount of space that we had inside the room. Because, you know, when we first walked in, the shades opened automatically when the door opened. So you can see right off the boat and you can see the water and you see the buildings, the Miami landscape in the background. The bed was nice. The record played, the color scheme, everything about that room was luxury.
Worked for you. Okay.
It worked for me. 100% it worked. The shower was different, and I like how it was elongated. You know, most showers are just like a square or a box, but this was kind of like I would say like a crescent moon shape, how you walk into it and you walk down into the shower. So the space was abundant. The sinks were, everything worked for me in that room. And that's the only way we will travel on a cruise, period.
Okay. Period.
No
okay.
other way.
Okay. Period. Okay. Then we watched a safety video. We went back downstairs to the Sip Lounge for some more champagne. At this point, we were double fisting, maybe triple fisting at this point, because you know we acted like we had never been nowhere and needed to drink this Moet Chandon because it literally was off the bottle. It really was. It wasn't no fake sparkling wine masqueraded. It really was Moet Chandon. Okay.
I feel like
Now-
if we wanted to fill a bathtub with that Moet, we could have.
How much it flew in that ship, right?
Everywhere. And I was like, and that's when I asked you, I said, are they sponsored by Moet? Because that's all they have everywhere. But it may just be because we were rock stars. Because
Right.
that may not be the perspective of other people. And they may not have seen it as much as we've seen it. So, but I enjoyed it. I've never drank that much champagne. than when I was on that ship. And then once we sat down,
What
we
did you
were
think of Anastasia?
I called her Ani.
Annie.
She told me I can call her Ani. So Ani was nice. She was bubbly. She introduced herself, and she, as our Rockstar agent, told us the everything that we needed to know. If we needed to get any reservations, or she basically tried to get the lay of the land for us, so she can learn our tendencies and the things that we like and dislike. Made sure that the room was to our liking and everything, because we already checked the room. And
Yeah.
and then we told her a couple of things that we needed to address with the martini glass and things. And then she explained
And the
to
robe.
us how, it was standard and blah, 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 the robes. She took care of everything. She made it seamless. And after that, we just drank more champagne. And then I believe we went back to the room, right?
We went back to the room. Did we go back? No, we went. We went back to the. We might have gone to Richard's rooftop after that, because it was 5 o'clock already. And Cello, we had the. We had
The Cellaway party.
We had the sunset hour, which is a happy hour, and then we were going to the Cellaway party. But before all of that, I want to ask you: we have traveled several places that gives us, the butlers or the concierge or the whole nine. From the scale of everybody, where does she land? Did she, out of all the butlers and everything that concierge that we've had, which one would you say was the one that sticks out the most for best service?
Are we counting Mexico?
We are counting Mexico,
In
yes.
Mexico. My
Yeah,
God, there's no comparison to Mexico.
I know. They should just be in a whole different category. They should
We have
just
to
be
put
in a
them
whole
on the
different
side,
category.
because we had two.
We had
in
two
Mexico.
around the clock,
We had
yes.
two butlers in Mexico, and they handled everything. And when I say everything, I mean from the food that I wanted that was off menu to the transportation, scheduling the parks, everything. We didn't have to do anything. And I feel like on Virgin, we had to ask a couple times to, just make sure it wasn't forgotten with all of the other things. And I feel in Mexico, it was more dedicated to us. They were dedicated. I'm not going to say it. That's crazy.
Let me tell you, I think in Mexico, Mexico, that whole experience was a whole different thing. That's why that resort, which we'll do some videos on, it's not number second in the world. But just the fact that when we arrived, they were talking in headphones. They are on their way there. Like, they were all connected to the headphone systems and all that. I'm like, oh, okay.
You
All
couldn't even
right.
touch a door.
You
Soon as
could-
they
there was
pulled
no-
up, they grabbed them doors and
They grab the
luggage
doors, they
and-
pull the chair, they do the thing, they everything. They're just talking to the little thing, and it just happens. But let's continue. Let's
that
go
was a
back to Virgin.
first-class service. Like,
Let's go back
they
to Virgin.
explained every bottle that we drank, where it was from, who touched the glass, how it was corked and uncorked. Oh man, I can't wait to go back to Mexico. So
That's
you
next
gotta
year.
give a round of applause to Mexico, please.
But let's go back to Virgin
I
in
would say
Miami.
she was okay. Ani was okay. I wouldn't say that
Yeah.
I don't think she would probably be at the bottom of the list
Mm.
out of all the places that we experienced with. I would say she's a Rockstar agent, so I would say out of the butlers and the concierge, she would be the last one.
Okay.
Just because
And you
we
know
had
what?
to
But
ask
and we
multiple
also
times.
have to put it into context, because she was responsible for like 10 cabins. Every other butler that we've had has been responsible just for us.
Okay.
So
that's
it's a
why she
big
at the bottom.
difference.
So,
Right.
she had a lot of responsibility for a bunch of different people who definitely were more. How would I say, they would definitely complain more than we would.
Than we
and
would,
need more
yes.
attention than we needed. But she did okay for what she did.
Mm-hmm.
She eventually, everything that we needed got taken care of, and we were able to just go along with our trip and enjoy the rest of the experience.
Okay. Richard's rooftop.
Richard's Rooftop was amazing. I love the champagne.
Can you explain to the folks what Richard Rooftop is?
Yes, Richard Rooftop is the VIP area for rock stars and mega rock stars. The rest of the boat couldn't go there, so it was divided through security doors. And there was security that were, I guess I would say, in the area, making sure people who did not belong there got there, making sure they did not get there, I should say. When we got in, the music was going. They did not play mainstream type of music. It was more classical, soft rock, or it was just bougie music. It's the type of music you would hear on elevators and stuff because it created a different
Like
type
lounge
of ambiance.
music.
Yeah,
Lounge
it was
music.
it was for you to chill. Champagne free. They had a list of drinks that we can make, and they had a couple of snacks, pretzels, and the other one. What was the other one they were giving out? It was pretzels and something else that you can get. I guess little bar snacks. That they
Yeah, I
passed
don't
out
remember.
on Rich's rooftop.
Yeah.
We had cabanas and little lounge chairs and
Hot tubs.
hot tubs. I didn't get in the hot tub. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
I don't. Yeah. Why would
do
you
you
get
get
in
in
a
the
hot
hot
tub when it's
tub?
93 degrees outside
And you're on the top of the
with the
ship.
sun?
The sun is cooking you, and you get in and start stewing like some.
And then I'm
cooking.
assuming, and they're in there with other people. I'm assuming you're sweating. Everybody's sweating into the water.
Well, for a lot of people, that was probably the first time they washed, so I didn't want to partake in those festivities.
Okay.
I saw what was stewing in those pots, and I said absolutely not.
Okay.
Because if Hanta was going to be anywhere, it would have been there.
Okay. So yeah, no, I don't. I've heard that hot tubs and saunas are a breathing ground for germs and diseases, at least food and a whole bunch of shit. So
Yeah,
I
definitely
never. I don't remember when was the last time I was in a hot tub, if ever. I don't remember. I don't remember.
No, I don't. I will only do the hot tub at our house. I wouldn't do it outside like that. Or if it was at a spa, because they have to clean it because the hygiene is the most important part of being at a spa. But I can't do it on a rooftop full of inebriated people. But I did enjoy Rich's rooftop. We tried to go every day. We didn't go one time, but the overall experience in Rich's rooftop, top notch. I did not have a problem with that. And then we did the Sellaway party right after that. This is the first day. And that's when we were standing on the upper level and we were just dancing and chilling. Everybody was getting lit live. And then we saw a mother down there in the bottom over there in the corner. And I was like, oh, there go Treasure right there. And then that's when we went downstairs and you ran over there and got in the video and just, like Puffy all in the video.
So what did you think of Treasure? Mother James Caldwell.
James is cool. Treasure is funny, tiny, and like skinny. Like looking at the videos, it doesn't do justice on how skinny Treasure really is in person, but larger than life energy. So
Funny as hell.
Let me tell you, him. He's funny, and
Epic.
his brother was funny as hell, and Natalia. Did I say that right?
Natalia.
Oh my God, they are. Monk Chick is funny too. And I love her mother.
And Munchie's mother.
But yeah, the mother she was just a trip. But I would say that Epic was funny, and we had a good conversation. And we've run into each other the most on the ship. Like we just walking around and then, there go Epic just chilling over there. But Treasure did go out of his way to make me feel comfortable because I didn't really want to be on camera like that. And I feel like he made the effort to make sure that he didn't put me on the camera.
Right.
Like when you ran into him and I heard you say, oh, there goes my hawk over there. He was like, oh, the one with the black hat? He was like, yeah. And then, he went over there, but the cameras didn't follow and things like that because that's your world. I don't want to be all in the video and posing for pictures and stuff like that. So, I tip my hat to Treasure for making it more comfortable for me to be around. And I didn't know to what extent the people around him would go to get people on camera, or try to be the way that sector can be.
Right. What we've seen in the
everybody was
past.
chill.
What we have seen in the past, which absolutely did not happen this time.
Not at all. I felt 100% comfortable, and I think after that experience the first night, it made me open up to just, it is what it is. Like, I didn't even care. And we ran into them a couple of times on a boat after that, and it was just all love. Everybody was just fun, full of life, love, different people, different walks of life. Everybody had their own individual personality. But the crazy thing is we all meshed very well together. Mm-hmm. And nobody cared to, it wasn't forced, I would say. So when we were together, and when we weren't, we weren't. And if we ran into each other, it was all love, and then we all got together and just whatever plans we individually had, we just spun it and just all melted together and just had a good time. So shout out to Treasure. That was dope.
Yeah. Okay.
I know I think the first night we went the hardest.
We went the hardest the first night. We couldn't go harder any other night because we were already exhausted, to be quite honest.
That 4-hour drive, and then we went to the Sip Lounge, and then we went to Richard's Rooftop, then we did the Cellaway party, we did the karaoke, and you were just
I believe I definitely had at least minimum 10 whole glasses of champagne alone.
I think
10.
so too.
10.
I think so too. And I think I had a Long Island iced tea the first night.
Yes.
So it was Long Island iced tea. And was that that's not where we got the dark liquor drink?
No, the dark liquor drink was the second day that they were at Richard's Rooftop. She said that they were making an iced tea, a special iced tea. And if we wanted to try it. And when she mentioned Jameson, I said, that's dark liquor, right? And she was like, yes, it is. And I was like, I'm not so sure about dark liquor. And you pushed it on me.
Oh, it's my fault. Okay.
You pushed it on me. And then I was, I did.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. And I enjoyed the rest of the night as well. Drop a bomb on that. And the morning, too.
The morning was, shout out to the morning time.
Uh-huh. But, okay. So, we did the first night, a pajama party.
The pajama party was cool.
It was
upstairs.
Insane.
I think we were in the back of.
We were in the back by the net, behind the drag queen and the girl that sang "Sweet Dreams."
Yeah, she did good. I like her. This is the same drag queen that was.
Wait, the only drag queen, yeah. There's just one. The one that pulled me on stage and the one that did bingo.
On your thing, I got that video, and I don't know if we can post it because they said.
It was strictly prohibited.
Video. Yeah. So I don't know if we can actually do that, and I don't want to end up being banned from Virgin if that is like a clause in the ticket if they ask us not to. But that experience was fun for me. It was what was that show called? It was
Disco with the Diva.
Disco with the Diva. A lot of people got up and walked out, like you said yesterday, and I felt it was disrespectful too. It was campy, and the way you guys describe what camp is. It was like a bad show that was made to be bad.
Right.
If that makes sense. So it wasn't supposed to make sense, and it was supposed to be stupid. It's like Scary Movie, how it's a movie about other movies, and it's just stupid, but it's funny. So I enjoyed it. Did you?
I ended up on stage. Of course I enjoyed it.
Of course. Because out of everybody, it would be you that they pulled on stage.
I don't know. And we weren't even center of the audience or anything. We were tucked away on the side. Like, I don't know why. I did see that she made eye contact with me a couple of times before she pulled me up. So I'm pretty sure she was already scoping out the crowd to see who. And we were supporting. I mean, I did the whole...
That's what did
the whole Anna Nicole with my hands up, make me beautiful. If I was ever to make an album, I would like this guy to produce mine. Make me beautiful because he is freaking genius. I know where that's from.
I seen it. I seen a clip.
You don't know where that's from?
I seen a clip. But
that's Anna Nicole Smith, high as a kite on MTV, about to introduce Kanye West.
I don't even know who she is.
Anna Nicole Smith was a stripper that a Texas typhoon. It's a typhoon or typhoon?
Tycoon.
Oh, neither one of them. One is water action, right? A typhoon
is like a hurricane.
And what's a typhoon?
A typhoon? If I'm not mistaken, that's the the weapon thing that they used to shoot. No, that's a harpoon. I don't know what a typhoon is.
And a tycoon is a rich person from he was rich from oil, right? And he used to go to the titty bar. And Anna Nicole Smith was over there sliding up and down the pole, and she ended up sliding from the pole right onto his lap. He was in a wheelchair, and he ended up taking her to his mansion in Texas. Mind you, Anna Nicole Smith was like 26 years old. And you want to know how old he was?
How old?
Like 87.
Oh, that's the white man that looked dead.
And then she took care of him, you know, wishing, wanting, and hoping that her name was going to be in all of the accounts. And once that man died, he left on nothing. She went through the court system.
Did she get anything?
And the court system said, he left you nothing. You ain't nothing but a stripper. And so she ended up having to go to E! And got a whole reality show. And that's where she got her money. And she got the pills
from him.
Remember, he left her nothing after and he was telling her that he was leaving her everything. That's why she was changing his diapers. Like the man was in a wheelchair and everything. Like and she was his nurse. She was like his nurse. And yeah, she ended up making money because the story was so salacious. They had her on reality TV. She used to do the Excedrin pills, which were some pills that...
Oh, that's the ones that was giving people heart attacks.
She was on them, but she clearly started using like hard drugs or whatever, and she would be drunk, falling out of... She was like a Paris Hilton back in the day, like the original type of Paris Hilton type of girl.
That makes sense. I wasn't paying attention much, but I do remember seeing like this old white man who had these dark red circles around his eyes. Mm-hmm. Is that him?
I don't remember.
Whatever. It was an old white man. I know that part.
But let's get back to Virgin.
All right, let's get back to
Disco with the Diva.
Disco with the Diva. So we did that. That was fun. After Disco with the Diva, we went out to eat. And for dinner, is that where we met Peter Griffin or no?
No, Peter Griffin was at brunch on the wake at brunch the next day. And I was highly upset about it. Because
I like
she wouldn't shut up.
You know what it is? It was
especially after our heavy night of drinking and all that. We went to the wake to try to just like have a nice breakfast, just try to wake up, get yourself together before we go out into Key West. And she would not shut the hell up.
Listen, she was funny to me, but I did learn too much about her. These people wanted to speak about their entire personal life. She was from the swamp. Wait, she said she was from the Bayou. So that's New Orleans. So she was from there, telling me about her husband, how she's too big to get out of the pickup truck, so she got to slide out and slide down, and he built her some steps so she could just walk into it. But she just loves the truck. And then she was telling me how her legs was hurting, and it was like a whole therapy session for breakfast. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But she was funny. She said, "Oh, you have to try this." And just like every other time, we can never just be alone because there's always somebody next to you in your business.
Tuned in. Now, do you understand why I like to just whisper and I tell you, let's have this conversation later on? Because I can tell when the satellites are in my orbit.
I think I learned that on this trip the most, because sitting there at the table, we're whispering, we're trying to be proper and demure and respectful of everybody else's space. And, people are having their vacation and a good time. But every time we had a conversation amongst ourselves, somebody next to us wanted to chime in. Mm-hmm. If we're reading a menu, they want to tell us what they liked on the menu.
Exactly.
What they recommend on the menu. And, this dessert is amazing. And then it goes into questions about where we're from and who are we and all this other stuff. I was like, my God, I feel like I'm being interrogated by.
And eventually it lands on, how did you afford this? Drop a bomb on the financials being discussed, the IRS receipts that they want to see. I mean, like, I would never ask somebody that's anywhere, how did you afford this?
I think it's the demographic. They saw us and they questioned it because we were so happy. I feel like seeing us happy makes people sad.
Really?
And it's like, we're just gonna jump around. I can't So when we were at the beach, when we finally went to the Bahamas,
Bimini.
we were in Bimini Beach in the Bahamas because the cruise went to Key West and then Bimini Beach. So on Bimini Beach, we run into this couple from, I think he said he used to live on the Jersey Shore. He moved to Austin, Texas, or Dallas, Texas, or something like
Why
that.
do we know this? Why do we know all of this?
Nah, it got me because I felt like people just. I think they were telling me all of their business to make me comfortable enough to tell them my business.
Right.
I think it was a setup.
Of
But
course
I
it was.
I peeped it early because so when he said that and they were telling me what they do for a living and oh, what do you do? And you know when he said that, oh, like how did you guys afford to come here and blah blah blah, like what do you do? And then I was like, okay, let me ish on these people real quick. And then I told him what industry I'm in and how I make my money. And then his response was, and this was after you had did your 360, spun around, whipped your hair, and then sashayed away because you were aggravated.
And
by
I
him.
said to you, I got something in my eye. And for future reference, I got something in my eye. I got to go over there. Maybe I need to get out of the water. All of that is context clues for you to get the F out and follow suit. Okay, if I tell you I got something in my eye, I got to get out, that's the time. You know I'm not wearing my contacts because we're in the sea. So what did I get in my eye? You know I didn't submerge myself because, I was trying to maintain the hair. So that's the cue for you to say, I'm out.
I duly noted. Okay, I got it for next time. But this
It's only
time I
been
was
5 years of marriage. Drop a bomb on that.
I think that this circumstance was different.
Wait until the bomb clears. Thank
I
you.
think that this was different because it was like you said before, we were surrounded by nosy ass people
Yeah.
that wanted to know our business.
Yes.
And I was just, you know me, I'm naturally curious. So
Let me
I was
ask
trying
you:
to see what
Could
they're
it be
trying to
that
see.
they once again thought you were some football player and wanted to know if you were there incognito?
I think so. I think it
Uh-huh.
has something to do with that. It's always a piece of that always sticks with me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, they think I'm in the NFL or a retired NBA player, or I played in the Euro League overseas or something like that. So let
Mm-hmm.
me just engage these people and see what it is they're trying to ask me, because they don't come right out and ask.
Mm-hmm.
They always try to butter it up because they want to get a picture with a famous person or something like that. So when he said that, I told him how I make my money. Because I was like, oh, you're not about to issue on me. And then his first, that's a good, and oh my God, you make a lot of money, especially you live in New York, you can afford it. I said, yeah, I heard Texas was, the houses are cheap, but the property tax is ridiculous. And he's like, oh yeah, but look where you live. Your house is expensive and your property tax. You can afford to do both. Ha ha ha. And that's when I left. When I came to you, it was after I made sure he knew. You can't fuck with me. So.
Drop a bomb on not fucking with us. There you go.
And then the nerve of them to question me.
Wait
with
until
their
the
bracelet.
bomb clears, babe.
Sorry, it's the nouveau, my love.
Go ahead.
And
Oh God.
it's the
So we need to start winding down soon. Go ahead.
No, let me just. I'm just gonna be so blunt and just so open here, and I'm just gonna say, if you have a red bracelet, don't question me. You should already know when you see what color my bracelet is that we're in two different parts of the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they were traveling differently than I was, but then they felt the need to question me and how I got here, or just anything about my finances. Is crazy. It's appalling, but because I'm black and I'm used to that happening, I always make sure to shut them down and make them feel and look as stupid as they do. So, but I got out. Even when we were sitting in the water and we were chilling together and we saw the boat come and the wave, because the water was so smooth and calm.
Yes.
the
And
entire
all of a
time,
sudden,
the waves just started crashing into us, and I'm like, what the F is going on? And then we see this big boat come in, and we're having a conversation amongst ourselves, like, oh, it looked like a speedboat. But I was like, is that like a yacht or a mini yacht? Or because it was off in the distance. And then, of course, they have to insert themselves. This is a whole nother group talking about, oh, that's a high-speed ferry. Ha, ha, ha. It's not the no. I don't think that can cause the waves. Ha ha ha. I'm like, how did you even get in my conversation though? Like, and I'm trying to be polite, and then it's the people that look like us are always chill because they know what's going on. When we look at them and they look at us, they know what's happening around us, and they just, we have that look, nonverbal communication that we have with each other, where a side eye, or a little head nod, and then we know what's going on. But that was the most irritating part, besides the flies.
Oh, let's get into that. I was gonna say, so at Bimini Beach, as part of the Bimini Beach experience, let's see tip of the tongue. Say that 3 times. Bimini Beach is supposed to be an extension of the ship. So they're gonna do lunch. There's a pool party. The Happenings cast is there the whole night. So they do lunch. For us, our lunch, there's like a little hut place where you go with tables, and they do table service and the whole night. So we went over there, and
I was not impressed with the menu for the food.
I was not either.
I felt it was lacking. I didn't like the way some of it looked or sound. But we ordered what did we have? I had the jerk corn on a cob. And I had the beans and rice. Didn't we have
we had rice and beans. We had pernil. We had the ceviche. We had a couple of dishes.
Yeah, we had a couple
because the dishes are small. They're more like tapas. Like, I get it, it's the beach, but I almost feel like they could have just, instead of trying to be so grandiose, they could have just done some good steaks on a grill, some good burgers, some good hot dogs, some or like lobster tails if you want to elevate it a little bit, or like shrimp on the cobs and stuff like that. Like you could have done something better.
Something better, and then it did take a minute for them to even come up and recognize we were sitting there. So that part, and
oh, hold on a second. Ms. Viewers of You has entered the chat.
We love Ms. Viewers of You.
She couldn't hear you. She couldn't hear you because the applause was still going.
Ms. View, did you hear me over those applause?
She could not hear you over the applauses.
She said, "Hey, Wonky and Hawk."
She couldn't hear you over the applauses.
She's gonna write in the chat that she heard me.
Miss View, Miss View, I tried to produce Incredible Hulk today, and he told me, "Don't tell me how to run my show." In my production notes, it was wait until the sound's clear before you speak, because they won't be able to hear you. And so, Miss View is about to let you know that she could not. Right here, see, she's laughing.
On I did.
No.
Drop a bomb on I did.
She didn't hear nothing. You see, she's laughing at you. She laughing at you. Ha 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 ha. She laughing at you, not with you.
Let's be clear that I can't see when you're about to push the bombs.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I'm sorry. And we haven't really worked at this capacity. See, when I'm on a stage and I have had rehearsals and they have shown up on time and listened to the direction, I'm one with the fellow actor. I could just be there and just take a sigh. And they already know what needs to happen. And they step into the breach of the scene and do what needs to happen. I'm sorry that 5 years of marriage has not allowed you to know exactly what needs to happen with a sigh.
You done?
I'm done.
That was your monologue? Okay.
That was the monologue.
I did not go to school for speech and theater. Okay?
Clearly.
Hawk is on top. Better know it. I'm always on top. I'm number one here.
All right, so continue.
I forgot where we were. Oh,
the flies,
the cabanas at the fly. Listen, sand flies are annoying. I hate those flies. And when I walked in, I said these flies are going to be a problem. As soon as they put the food down, we started kung fu fighting flies, making sure it kind of looked like we were homeless people getting our first meals, because we was out here covering the food with our arms, waving them like idiots, and trying to eat fast just to get the food down and get done just to leave.
Let me tell you,
I don't even think we had dessert.
No, we did. We had that little cake, that rum cake.
Oh my God, yes we did.
That was like the best part of the meal, I would think. I would say. But the thing is, that I think I could do Bimini Beach without the food. Like I could totally do the Bimini Beach experience without the food.
Yeah, me too. But I did like the area that we were in.
Mm-hmm.
It was we got our seats. We got there first. Well, we were amongst the first people to arrive in the Rockstar section. So we laid our things down. We had good seats. We had good. The umbrellas were blocking the sun at the perfect angle. We were really chilling, except for that little. I don't know what it was burying itself in the sand next to us. But I also did not want to find out what was in the sand in that little hole. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to figure that out. But other than that, the experience was good. We got some good shots. We got good pictures. We did get the Rockstar golf cart to come to the beach too. So everything about that was fine. But I can do without all of that and just be in the water.
Let me ask you: Did you feel like you needed the cabanas? Because we didn't end up getting the cabanas because they were quite expensive, but they also sold out very quickly. And I have been looking at them, but I was like, I'm not so sure because I felt like they were too far from the water. In hindsight, now that you saw them on the whole nine, would you have done the cabana?
No, we would have wasted our money. I wouldn't have done the cabana. I feel like it kind of takes away the beach experience.
Because it's so far.
It's far, tucked away, and it's like being in a house on the beach. Like I didn't come to the beach to be in a house, encaged and engulfed in that monstrosity of a thing that they had, and it was behind all of the seats with the umbrellas, so their view was blocked by us.
Miss View says 700 cabanas. I saw the prices. Miss View, do not waste your time. If you end up, I don't know if you're going to Bimini, but if you do go to Bimini, the key, Miss View, is for you to go there as soon as they open. I think they start docking. We dock at 8, and you can get out at like 8:30. So try to go out there early, and you can actually. They won't be the cabanas, but they do have chairs with umbrellas. They have little things that you can grab your seat and get comfortable. They're gonna have a show and a DJ and a pool party. I was not getting in no damn pool. Miss View, it don't matter where it is, whether it's Rockstar or non-Rockstar, I'm not getting in a motherfucking pool. I have something about when I see people in a pool, I just think of your body, every part of your body, orifices, everything being washed with the water and particles floating away. And I want to throw up.
Let them go through it.
I think a period.
Ooh. And you know some people are nasty enough to do that.
I think of the woman or the man who slept with her husband and chose not to wash that morning because she thought she felt sexy.
Well,
I think of the people who have diarrhea and are in there. I think of the people who are pissing because they're like, I'm not walking over there. I'm just going to do it right here.
What about the people that don't wipe? Because they think it's bad.
Baby, take it away, baby. Get me out of here. Get me out of here.
They say that if you smell the chlorine in the water, it's because someone urinated in there.
Oh, no.
Because
no, get me out.
It doesn't have a natural smell.
Get me out. I don't want to put my toes in there. No. Because then I think of that water's going to the corner of my toe, where you cut with the nails. And that's an avenue to go.
Splash in your mouth. Or in your nostrils.
And them bitches were in there. It was so many people. It was packed like sardines. It was so many people in there, babe.
Volleyball did look fun, though.
Not in no damn water.
It would take a certain group of people to make me feel comfortable enough being in that water.
No.
I would say that.
No.
So.
No. Mm-mm. The only pool that I get in is the pool that we have in our vacation home because I know it's just us and our family members have been in it, and it gets treated on a weekly basis. They come, they do the little tests, and then they put more stuff and all that, and it's treated on a weekly basis year round. So they come 52 times in a year to maintain it. Other than that, you don't see me getting any of that.
No, yeah, it can be disgusting, and they got to make sure that the pH level of the water is. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, and people are not as clean as we would like them to be. So, but I will say it was a nice beach. The water was beautiful. And when you said you could see your toenails through the water, 100% correct. Have you ever been to the Bahamas view?
Ms. You have you ever
'Cause
been
that,
to the Bahamas?
that was my first time. And I will say that that was the best beach that I've gone to in my life at this moment.
Another tip from Miss View's View. They're gonna have a show. DJ starts at like 12:30, something like that, and it goes into like 1:30 or 2 o'clock. It takes a long periodical of time to get back to the boat. So, if you want to beat the crowds, I mean, you're gonna see the lines forming to get on the trolley. You cannot walk it because it's too much. So if you want to get, what Hulk and I did was we left about 20 minutes before the show or the pool party thing was gonna be done. And even then, with our special bracelets, it was still like they were still waiting for like 25. They say the trolley comes every 15 minutes. No, try 45 minutes to an hour
Yeah.
sometimes. We ended up having to catch a cab to get
Shout out
back.
to Natalia.
Natalia saved us from that damn line.
That's my chick. Let me tell you. She was like, I've been sitting out here waiting. She did not want to wait. She saw that taxi. She walked down that driveway, went right up to this guy. And I'm just, assuming she was like, yo, you a taxi? Because we trying to get out of here. And he told her the price. She came back. She pointed at us, said they with us. And it was like, oh, we didn't bring no cash because we got, we have our bracelet. She was like, don't worry about it. She went and grabbed the other chick. What was her name?
I forgot her name.
She
Jasmine, I
went and
think.
grabbed I think it was Jasmine. No,
Jasmine,
that
yeah.
wasn't Jasmine. That wasn't Jasmine.
Okay.
That was another girl. She grabbed her. We got in that taxi, and we were off because nobody wanted to wait out there. When we were done, we were done.
We were done.
And I'm glad
we
we
were
got
done.
back early because getting onto the boat, easy. Getting
Yeah.
off the boat was easy too, but getting back on, it was perfect.
So yeah, anytime that there's like all aboard, like they tell you like half hour before they're supposed to be pulling the anchor and leaving. That's everybody got to be on board by that time. Always try to give yourself like an hour before because you will have to go to security, like TSA type of security, metal detector, backs in the converter, everything off, the whole nine, everything off. And you got to scan your ID. Like it takes some time and the lines get long. So we always try to get back to the boat 2 or 3 hours before the end of the day because we also wanted to go to Richard's rooftop and do things like that. And also it's the best time to go be on the boat because everybody's on land. So you could go to more places. Hulk, View said that no, it's her first time going to the Bahamas.
Yeah, that was mine too. You're gonna love it. Let me tell you, it's gonna make you. It's very difficult to think about the other beaches that we've gone to after being in the Bahamas.
Hulk, Natalia
Zena.
says that it was Zena.
Zena or Zena.
Right,
I think
yes.
it's Zena, but it
Zena.
could be Zena. Natalia, what's up? That's my chick right there.
View says she may stay on the ship. No, View, you should go step out. I would say step out. Step out, go look at the water. Go early. You're a morning person, so go early. You could be in that water at 9 a.m., 9:30, and it's not gonna be cold. It's gonna be nice and warm. Get in there, do your whole thing, and then by 11:30, 12 o'clock, when more people start coming, you head back into the ship. What do you think, babe?
That's what we contemplated not going out
At all, yes.
because we were beat down. When I say this is the most I've partied in my entire life, we went really hard on this boat. But I say go. I think because Wonky wasn't going to get in the water either. And actually, I wasn't going to get in the water either. We both decided we were just going to go, just see how it was, maybe walk. And then I said, yeah, I'm getting in this water. And I don't regret it at all.
Yeah. Natalia says, how you doing? I miss you guys. Natalia, we are here. I'm giving Hulk the opportunity to take over my show, and he's giving us his opinion in his eyes, his point of view on the vacation.
Listen, Natalia, you are that chick. I loved spending time with you. I think you're hilarious. And you're funny, and you remind me of my sister. I swear. I was telling Wonky, like, yo, that's my girl right there. Every time we were doing something, she would just pop up like that. And it was always just a good time with her. So
She did
and
bring
she
the
was
fashions too.
dressing. She was dressing.
She brought the
then
fashions.
how many wardrobe changes? When we were playing Monopoly, of course we were playing Monopoly, and guess who was sitting in the corner watching us, waiting for the moment to
my
intervene
God.
and
Oh, my
interject,
God.
to ask us questions, and all the same type of person that was harassing us in the pool and at the brunch the day before. So, well, in the ocean, I should say.
I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think because, and you know what's interesting? We could technically say that we vacation in the United States. This was it because somebody pointed this out in one of the chat rooms that I followed, one of the boards that I follow. It's like you're still in Florida. Like, you know, you still, for the most of the part of the trip, you're in Florida. You're in Florida, right? I find it interesting that we've had this experience here. We've never had this experience anywhere else, and we've been even to London.
That's a good point. And you
Right?
know, I was racially profiled in London at the Londoner by an Indian. Wasn't he Indian or Asian?
Yes, he was Indian.
Same thing.
Yeah.
So and I was like, you really about to ask me if I need help? Oh, anyway, let's stick to the topic. Yeah, like here it was that. I think that that actually makes a lot of sense.
Then
Because-
again, it could also be that collectively and individually, we all have such a diverse look, and we bring a different flavor. I know me and my hair, and me, you know, I know that when I walk into the room, I get stares, whether for a good reason or bad reason. I've learned this about myself just being from New York, and if you put me in a different state, they can pick up that you're not from this
always tell.
state. Right, and then they hear that you're from New York, and I don't know what, and then they hear that I'm a performer, and you know the whole it just so that's for me. You obviously your massiveness of the whole thing, and then everybody in the crew has their own spunk, their own thing. So maybe, and even when you put us together, it's like a lot to look at.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying? Like maybe that's what it is.
Because Natalia had that jacket with the she came out
With the sequins?
the sequence jacket, and then you see James' brother. His hair, he has the different hair color with the matching toenails, and then you got you with your hair out and being all extra. Me, big as shit, just tall, massive black guy. You got Treasure and his fashions, and you're right. We look like a very eclectic group.
Natalia says the cruise had so many different people. It was interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so continue, baby. So
It was interesting, and I think that's another thing I realized on the boat. I was people watching a lot because people were
different.
It was, you know, tall, short. I saw the guy in the wheelchair that he definitely had like cerebral palsy or something like that.
Oh, yes, yes.
We seen people that were as big as the boat. We saw people super skinny, tall, short, fat, black, white, Asian, Indian, everything. That was a multicultural trip, hillbillies and all. And out of everybody, it was the hillbillies that were making me the most uncomfortable. I'm like these are not your typical. And because when we were sitting at the Gumbe was the
Gumbe.
Japanese,
Yes.
Gumbe.
The Korean barbecue.
The Korean barbecue. Yeah. Ooh, let me stop being crazy. Korean barbecue. And we were sitting at a table with two black girls they definitely were from the motherland. So I could tell by the way that they looked that they were from the motherland. And then we had two white girls that were from the Midwest. And then we had an Asian guy that lived in
Utah.
I was like, I've never met anyone from Utah, but everybody at that table we were chill.
Right.
We were having a good time. We
Yes.
had great conversations.
Laughing.
It was awkward at the beginning because, you know, people have to fill each other out. But we talking about books, talking about travel. We're talking about Walmarts and Targets and traffic lights and neuroscience, and we were all over the place, so comfortable. But it was like the older crowd that was the problem. Yeah, it was like the MAGA crowd, and then in my head I was like, there's a whole drag queen all over this boat, all over the flyers,
All over
everything
the
that you see.
materials, the
And
marketing
you
materials.
see the all gender bathrooms. It's gay people everywhere. I've seen so many gay couples and the trash ass gays that was sitting at that restaurant with us.
Oh, Hulk almost beat one of
I
them.
was gonna, I was gonna talk. I was like, ooh.
I had to. That was the one thing that I was like, I had to talk Hulk out of the ledge because he was getting ready to. Oh my God.
Because I don't do that. Like, I want people to understand.
But that's what they do, babe. That's what they do. That's what they do, and that's why I tell you to leave it alone because that's what they want. Them queens, them queens. Leave them alone. They want your attention, and the best way to get them is by ignoring them as you order the most expensive glass of champagne on the menu and laugh and laugh because they do not exist. Drop a bomb on them not existing.
Yeah, it was.
No, you gotta wait for the bomb to clear. Go ahead.
Is it clear?
Yes, I'm gonna have a lot of production notes for you. Go
I
ahead.
can imagine what this is going to be after this show. But no, it was the MAGA queens. So being gay and MAGA is crazy.
It's confusing. It's
Moronic. Like, how are you gay and MAGA? But they were definitely MAGA gays. And then there were definitely these, the typical MAGA supporter. And I'm like, so you're here, just like the ones that left the disco with the queen or whatever that
Disco with the
drag show.
diva.
Yeah, like, what did you think was gonna happen on this boat? Did you think this was like a Epstein Island situation? Because there's drag queens everywhere, gay people everywhere, the themes, the colors, all of it. They don't hide it. They make it known that this is what we're going to be doing here. And you choose to come here and then act like you're shocked or appalled by the things that you see. You want to get up in the middle of the show so people can see your fat, nasty body walk out. And it pissed me off. But I tried to keep my composure.
Yeah. Okay, Key West.
Trash.
Ooh. Hold on.
See?
What did she say? She said this. She said, what did she said? She said their people are friendly and freaky.
She said, we are fun, friendly, and we're freaky. She hold on. Waiting for the bomb.
Her husband thought you were gonna give his wife the night of 1,000 stars.
No, she thought it was a Diddy party on this boat. I said, absolutely not. And I didn't even expect that. I'm just chilling. We getting comfortable. We got the glass of champagne. We're in Richard's rooftop. And then when she said that, oh, I'm from here. I was like, what the so you left to get on a boat to come back? I was like, you must be really bored. And she had like that Bridget Nielsen. I don't know if people know who Bridget Nielsen is.
Oh yes.
She
Flavor
was
of
giving-
Flav.
Yeah, she was giving Bridget Nielsen.
She was.
With the tramp stamp on her back.
She was.
The hairstyle, the hair color, everything.
whole
And then
thing,
every
yup.
time I seen her on the boat, I said, oh my God, here she comes, Wonky. I don't know if she wanted Hulk, and then I guess my husband and her husband would just sit in the corner and watch, or he wanted to be involved. This had to be some, and the way she approached it, I knew that she does this all the time.
Yeah.
She does this all the time because she came up with the confidence of like of like a top model, and just saying that, like, who starts a conversation in the first 10 seconds telling me that everyone is friendly and nice, and freaky. I didn't even expect it to take that turn.
And then
It
when
did
she
go
went and
quiet.
stood in front of the glass, right in front of your eyesight, and she leaned back and she was just looking like this. She put her hands in her back like this, and she was looking at the city go by. And then she just stood there. I'm like, you fucking whore. Oh. If you don't take your...
She thought she was giving cinematic, like it was in slow motion.
Yeah.
And her hair was blowing
Yes.
so gently in the wind.
Yes.
And Hawk was sitting behind her watching the sun glisten off of the snakeskin back. Like, I don't want that nasty. Like, what? if I was gonna do something with a woman, you think I'm gonna do something with you? That's oh my god, the confidence is there though. Shout out to the confidence.
She was very confident. But who knows? Ain't nobody knowing. She was smoked up, drugged up. She said that was her house. For all we know, she went outside and did 3 lines and came right back on the boat.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying?
I did not. Key West. Okay, I had a motorcycle when I lived in Florida for a couple of years. My motorcycle, and one of the things I wanted to do was ride my motorcycle on the bridge to Key West. Right. Mm-hmm. I did say boo. Wonky was giving her the eyes of death. I didn't even. I was just shocked every time somebody comes up to me with this outrageous behavior. I'm just shocked that people do this. Like, if you're gonna approach me, that's what you're gonna approach me with. Not even, hey, how you doing? My name is such and such. Like, you're just gonna come up and just say something like that and then think I'm just ready to get into the bed with you? That's insane to me. That's a sickness.
And my thing is, like, you're not concerned about STDs, STIs, sexually transmitted diseases or infections. You're not concerned about any of that. You're not concerned about any of that, lady? You're trying to get into this whole, even the people with the pineapples and stuff like that, people who go there specifically looking for that, you're not concerned about, y'all don't know the people that you're going to get with like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. Like, there's so many diseases that are hardship, okay? That every 3 weeks or whatever, every 4 months, it's an outbreak and it hurts and it bleeds and it pus.
It's
and
not just HIV.
Right.
So people think
Right.
PrEP is a thing now, that there isn't, herpes and warts, and I don't even know what's out there. I just know I've seen the pictures as a child and said no thank you.
Miss View says lines will make you feel super confident. Rails. She went off the rails. Okay, honey. Now, so let's close out with Key West. You were saying about Key West?
Key West, I was disappointed in Key West. Key West looked like a rundown island that was swept up by a hurricane, and people just stayed because they didn't want to evacuate. The roads looked nice, but the cars were pickup trucks and construction. That's all I saw. Pickup trucks, construction. And golf carts, people riding around. And I was so tempted to get it. It was like $150 for, no, it was like $200 for an hour or something like that.
For an hour.
Cart.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was tempted, and I would have been really upset if we did that, because it's not my thing. Walking the pier was the highlight. Seeing the fish, big ass fish. So
Hey, our stringer says fast and loose with a power boost. And let me tell you, I just figure out what the problem is. I figure out what the problem is. AR Stringer, Miss Views of You, Natalia, because I realized with Natalia, so we are streaming on vertical mode and on the regular mode. If you are on either one of them and you type in, y'all won't see it on the other end. And that's what's happening. You understand what I'm saying, babe? So if you are, like Natalia, I believe Natalia is on the regular view. And I have so I can't see her comment on vertical because she's on regular view. So I don't think that people are blocked. I think that that's what it is. People are on different modes, and you're only going to see the comment in that mode
that you're in. Yeah, because Miss View and Love Blake, what's up, Love Blake?
Hey, Love Blake.
They're on the vertical. So and AR Stringer is on the standard.
On the standard, and so was Natalia. So
Natalia, I think so. So that's what it is. It's just two different comment threads.
Miss Viewers of You says we are on different views. There you go. There you go. So, all right. So closing out Key West.
Key West, I'm good. I just wanted to ride my motorcycle on that bridge. I thought it would be a beautiful place. It's beautiful for what it is. People who've never experienced tropical climates, they'll love it. But I think I've been enough places where this is just standard. We walked to the pier where they fish. We saw some big ass fish.
Huge.
That was interesting.
On the pier.
Video of that, and that will be on Wonky's other channel. All the video will be uploaded and edited for that channel. So, and you'll see everything that we're talking about. You'll see pictures and videos of that. Yeah, that's it. The key lime pie, I wanted to get it, but that sun is like, it was set to devil. So I couldn't take it. It was hot as hell. And I said, yeah, I'm ready to go back. Like I was almost going to overheat physically.
Speaking of overheating, one tip, Miss View, or anybody else who's going to Key West, make sure that you hydrate. For some reason, the vapor, it was like vapor. The heat in Key West was something else. I was sweating in places I should not be sweating because I was Brazilian wax just a few days before. I didn't understand that.
Yeah, the Florida heat is different. So and the heat wasn't as bad on Bimini. Bimini was perfect.
Right, Bimini was fine. It's the Key West. So, Miss View, if you end up getting off at Key West, hydrate. I don't know if you could take a bottle, if you have like a thermal or something, fill it up in the cabin, and then bring it out because you need to stay hydrated. You need to stay hydrated in Key West. It's a lot over there.
We wanted to get the.
You wanted to get?
No, my bad. I saw something. I just wanted to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to get the key lime pie, but the heat said, "Get your ass on that boat."
So you got the key lime pie ice cream.
Yeah, I didn't like it. But Miss View, if you get the key lime pie, we must know how it tastes.
Because
So
we
make
did
sure you
not
tell
do
us
it.
how it tastes.
And I don't think we're going over there anytime soon to get no damn key lime pie.
I'm good. I don't even want
Okay.
to go back to Florida, to be honest.
Oh,
I'm
there you go.
off the state.
That will be that's a different video. But okay, now you've been with me to the Monster in New York City. That's that club that we went in Christopher Street, went downstairs, remember?
Yes.
With the drag queens and stuff like that.
COVID.
Huh?
That's where we caught COVID.
That's what we caught COVID. We definitely
For the first
caught COVID
time, I think.
for the first time. We have been real good. We did what we needed to do. We had the vaccine, the booster. We were wearing double masks. We just needed to go out, Miss View. We was like, well, we have the vaccination. Let's just do it. It's like after everything that we're doing. So we went down there with them drag queens and everything. And guess what? We caught the damn COVID. And I was the one with the symptoms at first.
And then I caught it after that. But I will say we had a great time.
We did have a good time. So I bring this up to say we've been there. I think we might have been somewhere else. I think we've been to like 2 or 3 gay clubs somewhere, right? Now that, yes, the Monster is still open, Era Stringer. They're still doing their thing in the basement. And upstairs with the piano bar upstairs. Now, Hulk, you have seen what goes on in New York City clubs. You've seen the Go-Go Boys. You've seen the whole nine, the drag queens, the whole nine. There seems to be this mentality on YouTube that, Virgin Voyages is an X-rated orgy all the time. People are going to be touching you. The parties are wild and extreme. What was your whole take on the party atmosphere on the boat?
I thought it was amazing. It was fun. It was adult. And I think they confuse adult with like adult,
cinematography,
late night TV, adult,
porn.
It wasn't like that. Yeah, like adult films, adult themed things are going to be sexual because I feel like when you're a pervert, that's all you think about. But it was adult themed as in we were
fuck them kids.
And, yeah, basically, fuck them kids. We were cursing and we were drinking, we were dancing and we were partying. Nobody was dressed obscene. The lingerie, like for the pajama party, I think I seen 2 people wearing lingerie, and there was this black girl who had this red thing underneath, red lingerie underneath that white sheer thing, and her boobs was busty, but that's it.
But did you see her nipples?
Natalia had on some lingerie.
But did you see some nipples?
No, I didn't see no nipples.
Did you see a coin purse?
I didn't see no anuses. I didn't see no. I saw none of that.
Did you see
It wasn't
a
like that.
vagina canal?
I mean, she tried to show us it, but we ran to the hills. Like, get that thing away from me. I don't want that. I'm sorry. I felt so gay. That's what I say. Like she was like it's weird for me because I'm gay. When someone tries to force me into straightness, it feels like gay. It's like when a gay guy tries to pressure a straight man into some gay shenanigans. That's how I feel when these women be trying to throw those birth canals at me. I was like, I'm good. Like no, thank you. And they keep the 2 black girls when we were walking down
the corridor.
The corridor. And they were like, "Oh my God, you're so tall! Ha ha ha! Are you single?" And doing drive-by flirting and stuff. I'm like, "Oh," but they were cute though. They were in like a cute way, not like physically, because They were just well, they were cute though. They were cool.
They was having a good time.
They were having a great time because they were trying to get more drinks. They were talking shit about somebody though. You heard them?
Yes, they
Like,
were.
oh, he got the room. He can't get us no bottles. Was reading somebody like whoever that guy was. He needed to get his money up because they were mad. Like, how you gonna invite us and not give us nothing to drink? And I think they were going back to their room to their bar because he didn't have anything. He must have been where Jack was on the Titanic.
Now let me ask you a few other questions. So, what was surprising to you out of the whole cruise? What was something that was surprising to you?
Something that was surprising. I am taken back by the whole experience. I don't think that I loved the whole trip. Nothing surprised me. I feel like no, I lied. Everything surprised me on that boat. From the beginning to the end, where I wish I was still there right now.
Now,
it was just the best experience.
Was it as expected based on the things that you saw on YouTube?
Oh, I lied. You know what surprised me? What surprised me was the way that we didn't get the tacos because things were closing so early. Like certain things in the galley closed early. That was surprising. So we didn't get the tacos. The pizza place has a specific time. I think that was the most why? Like, why are you even closed? Or we go somewhere and they just closed down. That was a little annoying. But the food selection was great. The steak was the best steak I've eaten, even compared to that Michelin star restaurant we had in Mexico. When they tried to give us that bloody lamb.
Duck. It wasn't lamb. It was duck.
Lamb, duck.
Because it was a dish designed after his mother. It had duck with a chocolate sauce.
Disgusting.
And blood.
I was like, was she killed?
Oh my God.
Why would this, out of all the dishes,
remind you of your mother?
Disgusting. It was like, is that her time of the month? Like, what inspired? Did you see a tampon in a garbage can? Like, it was the nastiest. And I wanted to try duck everywhere because I've tried duck in Mexico. Disgusting. I tried it in America. Disgusting.
Did we try it at the Mexican place on the boat? Did you try it?
No, we didn't.
We kind of forgot about that.
We forgot about that part.
AR Stringer has a question for you. I thought cruises had places open for late night munchies.
No, they do. But we had specific places that we wanted to touch, and we weren't able to touch it, and that's what that is. But the food, it was open late. You could still get the pizza late. But
2 a.m.
Then
pizza until 2 a.m. And then you can also do what's called Ship Eats, which is room service.
Yeah, but the tacos closed at 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock. And
the tacos closed early. Yeah, it was like 11 to 3.
Yeah, something crazy. Like, I'm like, bro, we're drunk. First of all, we're still trying to figure out where on earth we are when we open our eyes because we party so hard. We go to sleep late because we party late. We're drunk as F. We're trying to get dressed and getting showered and then figure out that we're still alive. And then we go downstairs and the tacos they're closed. The ice cream place, amazing. Lord, I had the butter pecan. I had the key lime pie.
Lick me till ice cream.
Listen, you can't give me unlimited ice cream. I love ice cream.
Okay, so what was something that was disappointing?
Something that was disappointing?
If anything.
I wasn't disappointed by anything. Oh, okay. I was disappointed. You know what disappointed me? The record player. The record player. I was excited. My grandmother used to have a record player, and I used to, put the music on and everything, and it felt a little nostalgic, but it just didn't work properly. When the RPMs, BPMs were off. It was rotating too slow.
And so the song sounded a little bit like slow and like.
Yeah, it was like, I'm so in love with you. Bro, you need to speed this up.
The tempo needed to be a little bit faster.
Are we sure this is how it's supposed to? It had us confused where we had to go on our streaming service and play the song to make sure that we were not hearing it wrong. But I think that was the most disappointing part. Oh, and you know what? And another thing I didn't like, there are no lights on the balcony.
So I found out because I was like, I didn't think this was like that. They recently, in order to do like, because they're trying to do the whole ship is supposed to be energy efficient and the whole nine. This was something that changed this year. As of this year, they turn off the balcony lights at 10 p.m. It wasn't like that before, but now in order to conserve energy and all of that, they turn off lights at 10 p.m. The balcony lights.
I don't know how that's supposed to be like energy efficient. They're not using
Well,
the grid.
they're powering. The whole thing is powering. So I'm sure there is. It cools down the boat. It cools down. I'm sure
Got it.
there's data behind it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but those two things were the most disappointing. Like I wanted to bump that record player, and the selection of records were lacking. There was no light on the balcony, so I was trying to have a late night set. Oh, the soup was good though. The chicken noodle soup. That chicken noodle soup was
the business.
Was amazing.
Miss View, if you can order the
chowder.
Miss View, if you can order the chicken noodle soup from Ship Eats, you won't be disappointed. You will not be disappointed, especially after a night of heavy drinking the next morning. I never felt like we were drunk or hungover per se, and that speaks to the testament that I've always believed. If you stick to good champagne, you won't be completely effed up the next morning. All right.
No headache either.
No headache. No, a little bit dehydrated, but I think that wasn't just the drinking. I think that's also a combination of the heat and standing up and dancing and moving around. But that chicken noodle soup the next day, every morning, I think we had it like every morning. It just sets your stomach all right, and it sets you up for success. Okay.
Well, AR Stringer said, how do you see someone trying to throw you overboard? Well, once you're flying down towards the water and you look back, I guess that's what.
Don't worry, the splash of water is going to make you feel it. Did anyone get seasick? Honey, did you get seasick? Did you ever feel the boat moving?
I did not feel the boat move until the last day. And that's when they were trying to hustle us back to get us the fuck off that boat. Like, I felt the boat then, but the entire trip, I didn't feel anything. Not sleeping, not showering, eating. Oh, wait, I will say at the wake. That's the wake, right?
I don't know.
Back?
Yeah, the wake is at the back, yes.
Because the engines are underneath you at the wake, you can feel the vibration and the humming of the engines. So you don't necessarily feel you moving, but you can feel the power of those engines at the wake. And that restaurant has the best views of the water when you're eating. So try to get a window seat, Miss View. You'll love that.
I would say that
you, babe?
I would say that because I've cruised so much back in the day, I definitely see a difference in the technology and the stabilizers that they're using on these new boats, because these boats are relatively new. They're under 5 years old, the boat that we were on, and their fleet. And so, they have these stabilizers, which are these sticks that come out. Oh, let's show and instruct. Okay. So this is the Scarlet Lady. This is a Resilient Lady. I keep saying Scarlet Lady, and that's because before we got off this boat, my husband, the Incredible Hulk, decided to put the money down and put the deposit for our next trip. Which will be a 7-day. Going where, baby?
We're going to Puerto Rico. We're going to Aruba. Wait, you want me to give all the destinations?
The ABC Islands and leaving out of Puerto Rico. So anyway, so this is the boat, right? The boat has stabilizers that are down here. The stabilizers are like these long sticks that come out. Once they're away from the pier and the deep waters, these long sticks come out like that. And those sticks are stabilizers. See, this is new technology that they're using on the boats now, right? So those long sticks come out and help stabilize the structure, the boat. I would say that they definitely do a good job, because I did not feel, once in a while, like for some reason, I always felt that when I was in the shower. I don't know why, but when I was in the shower, I could feel once in a while that. But other than that, I never got seasick. I laid down tipsy on the bed. I remember when I went on Carnival many moons ago. After a heavy day of drinking, I would go lay down, and first of all, my head was spinning from the drinking, and then it was going like this from the boat, going like this. So I remember the Carnival boats being very like where you feel it. And I would be in the Caribbean. I did like Caribbean trips and stuff. But this, I didn't feel anything at all on this. Once in a while, I would just feel like a little thing. I'm like, okay, it reminded me that we were still in the ocean. But sometimes you kind of forget that you were even in the water. But for you looking outside and seeing nothing but blue and waves going by. Plus, we were also on the 12th floor, so we were very high up and the front of the ship,
And
which
it was
is better for motion.
It was the most peaceful experience, listening to the ocean, looking at the waves. The stars were so beautiful at night. It was scary when we saw that ship in front of us. We went outside. I think it was the last night.
My husband thought that we were gonna crash into another ship, another like a Carnival, like a Royal Caribbean, and I was like, "No, we're gonna be fine." And like, "No, it's still there."
Listen, they fly airplanes in the sky and still crash into like the open sky, and you still find another thing to hit. So when we're on this boat, this ship, and I'm looking, I said, "Is that a ship?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's a ship. Let's get a video of it." Or I think I said that.
We have the
And I was
video.
like,
We have the
"Wait."
video.
I said, "Wait, we're getting closer to this ship." He's like, "Oh, we're gonna turn." I said, I don't think so, because the ship is getting bigger and bigger and bigger." And I'm sitting, he's like, "Oh, just go shower." I said, "Absolutely not." Like, if this thing is going to smack, I'm like, if we're going to end up on the news, I need to know before the cameras start rolling. And there was somebody else on a lower balcony taking a video too. I said, okay, so I'm not the only one that think this is the Titanic right now. But then at the last minute, it started to pitch to the left, and we started to go. I said, "Oh, thank God." That was scary, babe. That was scary. The wind was a little bit crazy at Richard's rooftop. If you're wearing a hat, you have to make sure you have one that you can tie.
Yes.
'Cause I had on like a nice little boat hat.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
it
getting
gets
some
windy
burn.
when they start when we're leaving port and trying to get onto sea. Once you get onto sea, then it's fine.
The partying was nice. Scarlet Night was nice. They popped up everywhere. So we're walking, and then there's a random show right here where they're just doing a nice little duet and singing songs. And over here they got karaoke going on. Over here they got the games, the boards, the puzzles. We saw the puzzles, Miss View. And on the other side they got the old music, like the old hip hop music, and then over there is the classical music. Then they got the drag queen up there. It was popping everywhere. If you can't find something to do on that boat, it's because you are just
Difficult.
corny and
Yeah.
like
You're
It's
difficult.
something for everybody on that boat. The where's the little breakfast place? Well, not breakfast place, but remember we sat down on those low chairs and we were just dogging that food, and that lady was
Oh,
like, "You
that
really
is
can?"
the Dock House, and we did what's called Opa Hour, which is every day at 3 o'clock. You could get it's Mediterranean. You could get like shish kebabs. The shrimp was really good, like pita and veggies and dips and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we were killing that.
We were.
We had no waitress working. Like, "Oh, you gonna work for this salad?"
And it's all you can eat.
And
All
she
you
was
can
like-
eat. And
she was like, "Oh, you got more?" I said, "Yep." And you about to bring me some more? I was destroying that shrimp and that steak kebab. That was good. We ate there twice, I think. The wake was good. Who had the worst food?
Test
Razzle
Kitchen, but we didn't go.
Oh no, we didn't go to Fear Factor. No.
And I wasn't particularly interested in Razzle Dazzle.
Dazzle.
Yeah.
That. But we met the was that the daughter and the mother?
Daughter and the mother, yeah.
And they were nice. I had the black burger bread on chicken sandwich with French fries. That was okay. It was okay. but
And the
menu
bun was like
lacking.
purple.
Yeah, if you're vegan, you'll be okay because they got a lot of vegan activities on that menu. So if you eat the Beyond Meat, you'll be fine. If you like rabbit food, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But if you want regular food.
You're
That's
better
what
off at the
challenge is.
wake
Yeah, go to
or
the
Pink
wake. We
Agave.
did like 3 times in a row.
Yeah, the wake or Pink
But
Agave.
bingo was fun. You and Treasure should have definitely went up there for bingo.
For the
Just
lip
trying to
sync
think of
battle.
the lip sync battle would have been hilarious. You guys would have killed that because they didn't even know the words, and that guy was dancing like RuPaul. Was just like a
RuPaul
shimmy
don't
and
dance.
two-step.
RuPaul just
Exactly.
shakes
It's just
and
a
shakes the
little shimmy.
microphone.
So I was like, he ain't doing nothing, and they're gonna clap for him. I was like, I'm not clapping for that.
Anyway, okay. As we close out, honey, any last thoughts on this whole trip that first started as just like, oh, let's just go and see, and now here we are. But what final thoughts?
I think that this is how I would like to vacation for the next couple of years. So, like,
So, in comparison to us going away to like the all inclusives and the hotels that we go to, you prefer to. And by the way, side note, everybody that's in the audience and in the crowd, my husband, the Incredible Hulk, said to me when we were looking at the 7-day itineraries. We have an itinerary that's 7 days, and I think we go to like 6 places. He, bless his heart, Miss View, he said to me, wait, do we have to get off at every port? Drop a bomb on that.
listen, they
he-
worked me.
He asked if we have to get off at every port. And I said, yeah, that's what we're paying for.
I feel like that's a lot of work. I don't want to work that hard on vacation because getting off that boat and the guys, oh, you have to take off your hat. I'm like, I know. Give me a second, bro. Like, it takes a second. I have to break down my outfit here.
Listen,
But-
they have thousands of people to go through. It's like, come on. And you should know by now, they're going to ask you to take your hat off, your glasses off. They have to look at the picture. They want to make sure you're not a bohemian man trying to sneak on the boat.
I don't. They wanted me to take off my Monclairs and just drop them on the scanner. I'm
Baby, I guarantee you, them security people from the Pacific Islanders do not know what a Moncler is. Drop a bomb on that. Okay? Nor do they care.
like, they gonna learn today because who gonna force me? I took
Miss
my
View
time.
says, I have had vegan food all of my life. I'm not excited about more vegan food. That's all I eat, but I will try it. I want spices. So that will make me that will make me like Rasodar. So I want to go into that test kitchen so that I can witness it. Oh, the venison that gets hit by the car and lands on your plate with blood splattered all over the white dish that they serve it on? Sure.
That's why the MAGA hillbillies was there, like roadkill, yeah.
Roadkill. The venison. Like, I didn't even know what the F of venison was. Isn't that a little Bambi?
Yeah, that's Bambi, the sick Bambi with that deer tick disease that just walk in circles and shit at night. And people are like, what's wrong with that deer? And then they caught it and they cooked it. But you know what though, Ms. View? Maybe, just maybe, they're gonna give you that gourmet dish of raw eggs over peas.
Oh yeah, that's part of the venison is the headliner. But before the headliner, you got your appetizers and all that, and they do that raw yolk egg that's been steaming for like 9 hours on top of peas, and you're supposed to poke it and mix it with the peas. And I have yet to see a YouTube review that enjoys that fucking dish, and they've had it now for like 3 or 4 years on the ship, and they don't take it off the damn menu. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't.
It's an experience. That's what it is. I think that what they need you to do with the yolk is they want you to spread the salmonella poisoning around the plate so you can get sick ass peas.
Oh, excuse me. I'm getting
Yes,
ready
Ms.
to go to
View.
bed.
You gotta
But
take one for the team.
one more question for you, Hulk. You said this is how you want a vacation. Does that mean that you're giving up on hotels for the next couple of years and you just want to cruise?
I think so. I think it's a great way to see the world.
Uh-huh.
And seeing different cultures and things like that. I think I can do that.
Hold on, sorry.
What was that?
So you would like to not go to Mexico next year and just get on a
Mexico-
cruise?
Always. be the vacation. I don't know. We're going to Mexico next year. Listen, you guys have to go there. That is an experience. Let me tell you, the two greatest experiences that I've had traveling is upper class on Virgin, and I would say United Polaris was okay. But the Mexican trip, did you say the name? Do we tell them the name or we keep that as a secret?
We're going to keep it until the review comes out.
Okay, so that place. It's up there in pricing, but it's worth it. And if you're going to spend money on a vacation, I guarantee you will not have an experience like that. Now,
Like
the
this.
boat is a different type of experience. So I will say going on a cruise is an experience within itself. But I will rank Mexico number 1 and the Virgin Cruise number 2. DR is we went there so much that
I'm DR'd out, and we were going there for you because I don't need to see this anymore. Okay, I'm good.
I'm over DR.
Let's see.
I've
Miss
had
View
enough.
says I have decided to do a 15-day cruise after this one. Ooh, 15-day. Let us know where that goes, Miss View. Let us know.
That's what our goal is too, Ms. View. We've been to Europe. We've been to we live in North America. You know, we hit the islands. I don't want to go to Australia because, you know, I'm not eating kangaroo. And
You don't have
there's
to eat
nothing-
kangaroo.
I was just being funny. There's
There's
nothing in
venison.
Australia. It's just hot-ish over there. So
Ms.
there's
View
nothing
says-
except for the
Miss View says, I want longer. I want to go across another continent. I am poking
Yeah.
around. Okay. Well, they're called transatlantic, I believe, or sometimes they got to reposition. So I know Virgin has one that's like 19 days and it goes from America all the way across somewhere over there. So anyway, any last thoughts, babe? Because I do have to get off. I have a couple of things I have to do before we call it a night. Any last words from this takeover of my show?
Yeah, it's gonna get better the next time. That's it. I'm gonna make sure that when I take over, I'm taking over.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Now-
be where you are. You're gonna be where I am. I'm gonna be pushing the.
I'm known for never calling out. In case you haven't noticed, I've been here. I've been
gonna be
here
the one
since
dropping
December
bombs.
1st, 2025. Drop a bomb on the presence.
That is true. That is true. But I'm gonna be dropping the bombs and the applause on you.
Okay.
Tell you have to wait for it to stop.
So and then you're gonna watch me take the note and not do what you did, which is not take the note at all.
What do you mean? I took the note, but I also make the notes.
Okay. We're not going to do this in front of these people. Anyway, I want to thank everybody who came through. A.R. Stringer, Miss
Wait,
Views.
hold on. I want to thank everybody for coming through. Miss View is a View. A.R. Stringer, my nearest 21, who's working right now, but he'll catch me on the replay. All of my helicopters, Love Blake. I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, when I'll come through with one of my salacious topics of my what is it called? My
See, you don't have that je ne sais quoi of just continuing to go and continuing the show. You never stop. It's because you're thinking about it. If you are one with the character and the stage and the scene and the light, you don't have to think about what's coming up next. You see, I'm giving this whole monologuing, but it's not being written in my head. I'm just being one with the crowd, with the camera, with the audience, with the lights. I'm being myself. Let's talk about you. I hold in my hands 2 photos. These photographs determine who will be in the running for our next top model. And you're not, Tiffany. I was expecting more from you. I've never had to yell at a girl like this.
For you.
We were all rooting. Did you know that you had the potential to go far? Lies. No, she didn't. She looked all hard in the face. She looked dirty, grungy, stinking. Like she had tattoos all over. She looked like a hood girl because that's where she got her from.
You know, it was crazy. It was the blackface for me when she dressed everybody up in blackface.
Oh, we're going to be
Saw the
switching
research
races
of
today.
Yeah.
Girl.
I was like, did they really do this on top? Because back then, when you missed a TV show, you missed it. There was
Right.
no
No,
You
you
could
could have
go
TiVo
watch
it. You could have TiVo it, but
I was poor as shit. I didn't know what a TiVo was.
she said we're gonna and you know it's like 2026 is 2026 is calling for the cancellation.
They're gonna cancel a show that's been off the air.
Oh,
They
anyway,
were trying to kill her. But hold on, I want to. Miss View said transatlantic. Let me tell you what my issue is with that transatlantic cruise.
what?
I don't do that shit. Do you think, as a black person, I'm going to get on a transatlantic slave ship?
Baby,
They
no.
don't need
No,
to name
okay,
it
no.
like that.
They
They
don't
need to
take that
change that.
route.
I
They
don't
don't know.
care.
No. What you're referring to, Ms. View, Carnival Cruise Lines, which of course it will be Carnival. You know, all the cruise lines go all over the world everywhere except one route, Miss View. None of the lines have ever touched this particular route that Carnival Cruise Lines has announced that they're going to be the first ones to, and they're very excited. They're going to be going from Africa
Shit.
to Miami on the same motherfucking route of the transatlantic slave trade.
And with this president, that's a setup.
That's what the fuck they proudly announced. Now, all of these lines go everywhere. No line has ever done that route. They're going to go to a few places in Africa. They're going to be bouncing like that off the African coast. And then they're going to go across the Atlantic. And then somebody, you know, people traced it and whatever, in what's known to be historically the same route that the slaves were being shipped through to the Americas. Drop a bomb on that.
We call that
And
the
so-
reverse slave trade.
And
Trying
so,
to get rid of us.
no, it's not going from. It's going from Africa here.
Oh shit.
Yes, it's not even from like Miami there. No, it's from Africa to Miami.
I mean, that's a way to get back. If we were to fly to Africa, but I don't
Okay,
think we can be there
I
every
saw
day.
some scholarly people, including professors, PhDs, all of that, commenting and giving feedback on it and saying that this is just not right.
It's not. You got to understand, on that same trek that they took, do you know how many people they
Died
said that they would
and
rather die
threw themselves out the
a free man
of
than live
course.
as a slave, and they
Of
jumped
course.
and died. That route will be cursed, and I'm not partaking in those festivities.
And so a lot of people of color were saying that, like, no, we're not going on this route. Like, there's nothing to celebrate. It's nothing to. It should be actually like a sacred type of thing. And here they are trying to make money of it. Miss View says that ship will be full and it will be sunk. Ironic. It's crazy. So yeah. So yeah, what Miss View is saying is not the transatlantic slave trade, no. But what Carnival is launching for, I think it's like next year, 2028, is that particular route. And like Miss View said,
Crazy.
yeah, more than likely it's going to be full. People are going to have no like
Respect, decorum. No,
exactly.
Yeah, I would never do it.
Miss View says, I wish I would bring my black arse onto that route. Horrible. Anyway,
Like, imagine a black person partying along that route where where our people were demonized and tortured. I can't do that. Anyway.
I would say I did see a lot of black people in the comments and stuff like that saying how this is a setup.
I think you heard me.
They
I
would
think
say
it's
this is a setup. This is a setup.
I wouldn't do it. That's going to be the one boat that end up with Ebola, the Hunter virus, all of that at one time to get rid of black people. They've been trying to get rid of us forever. I will not allow. I will not make it easy for them.
All right. Anyway, I have to go, babe. I love you.
All right. You about to see me in 3 seconds.
I know, but I'll go ahead. Say goodbye to your audience.
Okay, everybody. Miss View, thank you for coming through. We appreciate you as always. Love Blake, Natalia, AR Stringer, Naris 21. Back the fuck down, Naris. My husband, I love you. Thank you for having me on my show. And I look forward to you and allowing you to run my show as the Wonky World Show starting tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. Don't forget to ask the people for a thumbs up and a subscription.
Please hit that thumbs up, like and share, comments even after the video, because I heard after the video those comments help with the algorithm if people leave comments after the live is done. So please just go down there and put some dots or say hi.
Okay.
I'm done.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'll see you guys tomorrow for my show. All right. Good night. Bye.